Welcome, Ms. Faieta. What are your impressions from your first visit to Suriname on the natural resource management and particularly forest management?
Well, even though it's my first visit to Suriname, I have to tell you that it's not the first time that I am in the vicinity. I lived in the neighboring country, especially in Guyana, many years ago. And coming here reminds me what really means a pristine forest. The natural beauty that the country has, even when one starts landing this never-ending forest, really makes us appreciate the great asset that Suriname has in its country, but also the great asset that it is for the world. And a country that has more than 90% of its territory forested is nothing to be taken for granted these days. I have lived in other countries, for Haiti for instance, where you can say that more than 90% of its territory is deforested. So that makes me realize the importance, but also the commitment that both the Surinamese people and its government have towards the conservation of this great asset and the important steps that it has taken, as well as the awareness that this country has on the risk of climate change for this great asset for humanity that the country has. So my first impression is really, on the one hand, to congratulate the people of Suriname, to congratulate its government by its commitment, but also makes us sober a little bit that it is among the last forests that we have in the world for humanity, and that we must not only support the efforts, but join in.
Reduce emissions from deforestation and forest degradation and conservation, also known as REDD+, is an important program that is being implemented currently in Suriname. What would you say is the role of the UNDP in the implementation of this program in Suriname?
The REDD+ is a great initiative that was created under the Climate Change Convention. Is a fund that is actually not easy to access. The technical requirements associated with it are very high, and as well as the commitment and the implementing arrangements. So UNDP is very privileged to be a partner of the government of Suriname in not only in helping formulate a good program, good proposal for this fund, but also in helping implement in a way that important development funds are coming to the country, but especially complement the efforts of the government in the conservation of the climate change, in conservation of its pristine forest, but also in mitigating the risk that this presents in climate change. So we're also very happy that by showing results with the implementation of this very important initiative that goes beyond only the climate change, but it actually extends to the people, to the indigenous populations, and to the inhabitants at large in the forest areas, but also in the country. Demonstrating results can also help access other funds like the climate fund, Green Climate Fund, or other funds that are very necessary for Suriname to keep enlarging and supporting its efforts and its daunting task, which is to mitigate the risk of climate change and to conserve its pristine forests.
Thank you very much.